Three,
Three,
two,
two,
one.
one.
Hey, what's
Hi.
up? How's
Hi.
everything?
How's it going?
Good?
I'm Zahra,
I'm Umar.
and this is from this
To that.
high art and low art.
High art, low art.
Highbrow,
Low brow.
tattooed
Metamodern.
brow,
Postmodern.
shaved brow,
Shaved brow. Surfboard.
drag brow,
Wiener dog. Short shorts.
cigarettes,
Cigarettes.
smoking
Naked
dope
nope. By the beach.
by the beach.
Naked girls. And naked boys do the dance.
Down on the beach.
Down on Sports. All right.
I like the part where he goes buying things off the internet. And I'm
Internet.
like, that's me.
Yeah, that's
That's me.
literally you. ASOS. Farfetch. Surfboard.
Naked on the beach
Naked.
and buying things off the internet. Cigarettes.
Cigarettes.
Sports. Where are they from?
They are Swedish. I think they're from Malmö, Sweden. And the whole southern accent thing is just a complete affectation. They're like, at their core, they're this ironic band that actually knows how to write and produce amazing music, you know?
It's really good.
It's incredible.
It's one of my favorite songs now.
Yeah. No, and they blew up during COVID because they were one of the few bands to actively engage with the time. So they write songs that mention like adrenochrome, which is the QAnon thing that the whole, what you call it, the thing. It's a thing where they're under a Chuck E. Cheese somewhere in the U.S. There are kids being tortured underground because when kids are tortured, they're released. Huh?
No, Chuck E.
Chuck E. Cheese
is not Pizzagate.
Or whatever it is,
Yeah.
But it's that thing where the kids are tortured, and when they're tortured, it's like the opposite of killing game. You know how adrenaline kills, it kills them the taste of meat in game? Well, this does the opposite. The kids, when tortured, produce adrenochrome, which, of course, the Hollywood cabal, the elites, the Epsteins of the world, the Woody Allens, then use to keep themselves young and agile and fresh-faced, you know? Not unlike the same way Mae West used semen.
I love where this is going.
This is great.
I love where this has gone.
This could be totally cut
I
out.
feel like we're very close to speaking to the
Yeah.
man in the cave in Lord of the Flies.
Oh my God. Jesus. One of us here will be picky. That's all
Also,
I know by the
like,
end of the podcast.
I want to be... little picky boy comes from the
Little-
Anyway, the reason why James Franco was born is for that sketch.
Yeah, just for that
Little
thing.
Pig Bo-
And
Little
for
Pig
me
Boy
to be,
comes
for
from
some reason, during the ages of like 18 to 21, just obsessed with his Q&As for his pretentious short films. So he'd like present something at Tish, and then he'll give the worst 37-minute introduction as to why he made the film. And he's so in the same way Brian Eno is a non-musician, James Franco is non-charismatic. You know?
Did you see him in the Maria Abramovich documentary?
Yes, I did, and that was the
artist
only.
is here or present?
The artist is present,
Hey.
and that was the only part in the entire documentary that felt untrue. That
also
was
funny because he was trying so hard.
Yeah.
There was this part where someone asked him,
Yeah.
I forgot who it was, but they were asking him,
Yeah.
so what is, explain this, and he goes, it takes a minute,
Yeah.
but it's one of the most beautiful minutes of
Yeah.
like historically recorded awkwardness.
Okay.
And he goes, she's like sitting.
Tell me what
You
you really
fucking-
think of James Franco.
I think he looks like he smells like piss.
Okay.
And
yeah.
I think he smells like piss.
Yeah, I know, right?
I
But
think-
isn't
I
that what
think-
makes it's the primal
Listen.
feral attractiveness is the piss drenchedness
The issue
of
is
James
anything
Franco?
I have to say about James Franco is
Yeah.
going to be redundant,
Yes.
cliche. It's
Yeah.
like what everyone has to say about the word moist. Like, okay, I get
Yeah,
it.
yes.
Like anything I'm going to say about James Franco
Yeah.
is not going to be a new thing.
No.
I genuinely, let me say this about the guy, because he's waiting for my opinion. He's just waiting for my phone call. This quit to him and then with I got that. He's like,
Yeah.
I have an opinion about James
Okay,
Franco.
yeah.
He should know this.
Mhm.
But he's funny. He
Yeah.
can be funny.
Yeah.
And I think
Mhm.
that his, like, crucify me. I think Dave's just better. I really like Dave.
The thing is, you're not wrong. You're actually not wrong. That is a completely
He's
uncontroversial
adorable.
statement.
He's funny.
It's very true.
He's
very good.
really hot. He's so pretty.
It's beauty in the something fell, but I'll take this opportunity to say
it's
in
not
the
something that spills, right?
No, I don't think so. But in the eye of the mother, the gazelle, the monkey is a gazelle,
The
and you are Dave Franco's mother. But one time, this is a
No,
nonsense.
the feeling I get is
Yeah.
that Dave Franco's mother
Yeah.
like James better, and Dave Franco's mother.
Not so much.
She's a bit of an idiot.
She's a bit of an idiot. That's why you had to really fight for it.
Yeah.
Fight for Now You See Me Too, which is, by the way, like a masterclass.
But also, like, Dave Franco and Conan's remotes. Remember that one time where they were going on
Was it
Tinder
they were in
dates?
a limo? Oh, yeah, the Tinder dates.
In the van.
And it has, I remember that. And sorry to cut you off, but it has one of the funniest things where he was like signing off something and he wrote the words Obama after a paragraph, like in a text, and it just seemed like he was impersonating Barack Obama. And it's not very funny when you relay it, but the visual with Conan O'Brien, a 6'4" redheaded man, it's a very, very funny. That is called classic comedy, people. Please go on.
And Conan is classic comedy.
He's the greatest.
You know, this man pretty much saved my life. Like, I'm not...
Really?
Yeah.
In what way?
So I was 10
Okay.
or 11. I forgot how old I was, but Paramount was on.
Okay.
In our old house.
Mm-hmm.
And it was the first time in my life that I saw a man in a suit being silly. Because I didn't know you could do that.
That's very interesting.
I didn't know. And
really? You didn't check out. You didn't see.
I'm silly in a suit.
You are very.
But I think
you're
silliness
a dapper
saved
clown.
Yeah, I'm a dapper clown.
Yeah.
Silliness saved my life, pretty much.
That's incredible. Wait, so you haven't seen any comedian before? I mean, all the comics
I
before.
heard comedy.
Oh, really?
Because we had them on
Okay.
audio. Like,
Yeah.
I had the which Bill Cosby where he sits down
Himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
So that.
Yeah.
And before I saw what he looked like, he's Mexican, but he looks very white, and a lot of his jokes are that. And he looks like I look like a Bob, and all of his jokes are really dirty.
Yeah.
Is it his name? Is it Rob? Is it Bob?
Rob. Oh, Pablo Francisco.
Pablo Francisco.
Oh my God.
So Pablo Francisco.
He's so funny.
He's really
He's
funny.
hysterical. He had that great joke about how do death metal lyricists write? Is it like they're asking their bandmates, "Hey Bob, how do you write?" It was so
stupid.
No, it was hysterical. I remember he was part of that wave of comedians when YouTube first came out. That here in Kuwait, everyone just like fell in love with. It was Russell Peters. It was Pablo Francisco.
Yeah.
It was, to a certain capacity, Carlos Mencia, and then of course these people were supplanted by Jeff Dunham and Fluffy.
The Axis of Evil.
And the Axis of Evil. Axis of Evil was a point of pride for these people, for us at least.
But honestly, like the good ones from Axis of Evil.
Yeah.
Who was it? The Palestinian.
Aaron Cater.
Aaron Cater.
Yeah.
Where is he?
I have no idea. The last time I saw him was for 5 seconds in an episode of Rami, where he does a phenomenally bad.
Rami?
For 5 seconds, he was in Rami,
No
where he does a
way.
phenomenally bad Borat impression, which is one of the funniest things in the world.
That's really good.
He's hysterical, but apparently, according to Mark Maron, he has a chip on his shoulder. That is from years and years of watching Mark Maron. WTF?
Mark Maron has a beautiful joke about turmeric.
Really? What is
and
it?
it's only funny because he keeps repeating the word turmeric. He's like, there's all these new health trends nowadays, and everyone wants you to get on supplements.
Yeah.
Hey, have you taken turmeric? He's like, what? Turmeric. Take turmeric. And he just keeps repeating, like, yeah, turmeric. And he's like, he Mark Maron's it.
It's
and,
so
and
good.
I feel like,
Yeah.
you know how, what's his name? I am the Walrus. What's his name?
John Lennon.
John Lennon.
Yeah. What about
You know
him?
how John Lennon says we all have a Hitler and a Jesus inside?
Oh my God.
I think we all have a Mark Maron inside.
We all do.
Just a Mark. We all just have Mark Maron inside.
Yeah, that's true.
And he's just sitting in the corner going like,
Then-
why do this? Why do this? Like,
Why? No, that's very true.
Mm.
I love Mark Maron.
Yeah, but Conan
Yes.
is a wit unlike any other,
Yeah.
and he has a thing that I don't relate to, which is people pleasing.
Okay.
But what I love about him is that he constantly mentions it.
Yeah.
He's he's like the exact opposite of a pervert, but he refers to himself as that.
Yeah, he's so good.
He's good at a lot of things when it comes to not self-reflection, but self-hyperbole.
Okay. Yeah, exaggeration. It's as if
Exactly.
exaggeration was the very basis of comedy itself. But yeah, that's very interesting.
So I found that like the best way to survive is to not take anything seriously.
Yeah.
And within the not taking it seriously to hyperbolize.
Okay, so Camus must have been just like mind blowing for you then.
I never liked him.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
And I was like one
Is
of
it-
those existentialists that was like miserable with glasses in a
Okay.
cafe
Yes.
after BA years.
No, of
So,
course, of course.
yeah.
But what is it? Is it the writing, or is it the actual the very idea of absurdity?
not my cup of tea.
Not your cup of tea.
Objectively,
Yeah.
phenomenal.
Yeah.
No,
Great.
Don't know why.
That's what David
Just
Lynch
never-
said about the Tree of Life.
And
It's not
every
my
ti-
cup of tea.
Also,
Yeah.
the space
Yeah.
between his hairline and
Yes.
his ear.
That is so accurate.
Is
I wish you didn't say that. I
gigantic.
wish you didn't
I
say that
swear to
because
God.
I know the image.
It's
I know
enough-
the black
it's
and white
enough-
image on the back of the plate,
Hadi,
the
Hadi,
Penguin Modern
hey,
Classics
it's
version.
enough for another face. And I'm not a supporter of
Yeah.
like start punching him for
Yeah.
why he punched him,
Yeah.
but I'm glad he got punched. Just period. He has a punchable face.
You know, in Teddy Roosevelt's diary, after his wife died and his daughter died, and he was a prolific diary enterer.
Entrier
Entrier.
and entrier.
There's an entire page which is just crossed out because he couldn't bear to write. I am now crossing the page because you bringing up the hair next to Camus' ear is the most upsetting thing I've ever heard in my life. I will never forget it. I wish you hadn't brought it up. We're moving on now.
Is your nephew here?
He is.
He's in the microphones.
Really?
Can you hear him?
I actually can, but I'm hoping that it's not picking him up. You know.
I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping Ali haunts this podcast.
He will. He
For
will.
all
We need to
eternity.
get Yusuf on here as well. That's
Yeah, we
they'd
should. He's
make
just
a
gonna
sort
talk
of
about-
Mothra and
Mothra.
Flag Boy. That's
Yeah.
it. You know, just
Also,
duking
like,
it out.
did you know, like, showing my nephew Mothra?
Yeah.
And because I was talking to him about Godzilla and that it's
Yeah.
originally Japanese, and I
Yes.
showed him the older footage.
Yeah.
For the longest time,
Mhm.
he thought,
Yeah.
it happened.
Oh, really?
He thought that was
he thought it was
history.
like like a sort of like
Because
it's shot
when-
on old film
because
stock.
when
Yeah.
actual toys and not CGI isn't strong enough now.
Yeah.
When actual toys,
Yes.
I mean, it's like if I show him the thing, he
Yes.
will never
As in-
recover.
As in like the practical effect, the fact that this
Exactly.
was clearly made.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wait, that's crazy. I actually never considered what, like, at least now Generation Alpha is gonna, like, how are they gonna view the past? They grew up in a world of green
Do you remember the
screen.
scene in Idiocracy where at the end where they go to the time machine, which is just a theme park?
No,
like,
I need to
game.
rewatch Idiocracy.
You
I
have
just
to,
remember
but
Terry
but at the
Crews.
end they go through like a ride,
Okay.
and it's a ride. It's a time machine, but
Okay.
it's a ride in history.
Okay.
And they show Hitler,
Yeah.
but Hitler is Charlie Chaplin, and there's a T-Rex next to him. It's great, and I think that's how, especially since a
Yeah.
lot of the newer generations, and this isn't something that I'm against. I'm not saying like
Yeah.
learn history from biopics,
Yes.
and they don't know.
Mhm.
It's not out of ignorance. It's just like they trust the
That's all
biopic
it
to
is.
deliver,
Yeah.
but they don't know that like
Mhm.
this will always allow itself for fiction.
Yeah, exactly.
like,
they
who
believe
were-
in the printed legend rather
Who
than
were the two
actual thing.
queens that never actually met? They just sent each other letters, and then there was this biopic where they meet, and everyone thinks it was like Catherine or
It was
Mary.
Catherine and I don't
Mary?
know. Maybe I think Queen
Yeah.
of Scots, right?
Queen of Scots.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That was
supposedly
it. Yeah.
they in the movie they meet.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow.
And they've never met.
Okay. That's the people, they believe in printing the legend now. That's it. I mean, it's the same way how literally the Coens made their greatest film out of a lie, out of like Fargo. The way it starts, it's like this is based on a true story.
But the issue is everyone tried to hold them up for it. You don't
Yes.
understand that film is never supposed to be true. And I think
Yeah.
film needs to move in a way
Mhm.
forward
Yeah.
to celebrate the farcity,
Yes.
like
Yes.
like with
Make
the
fun of the
the Green
fidelity
Knight.
to truth. What?
the Green Knight.
Yeah.
The Green Knight is literally وفي حكاية أخرى, like
Yes.
in multiple stories.
Yeah.
And it's so good. It's
Yeah.
so fucking
What do
good.
you think of like frame narratives?
In what sense?
I don't
Like
know.
in
What do you? I mean,
history,
as
I mean?
in stories within stories. Then.
Look
know
who you're
that's-
talking
I
about. It's
know,
just like
right?
it's never going to end. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for stories within stories to the degree that I know for a fact I can't judge a film objectively because it has a story within a story.
Yeah.
But
Mhm.
what I think is a
Mhm.
sign of a very good filmmaker
Yeah.
is when they could direct
Mm-hmm.
an actor
Yeah.
and an edit
Yes.
for someone to tell a story.
Yeah. Oh, that's yeah.
Causeway
that's- Yes.
has that.
Okay.
Come and See has that.
Come and see.
Isn't that there a part? I forgot.
Actually, I don't.
I
no,
think
wait.
there's a part where someone tells a story.
God, maybe.
And you get in charge. But
maybe actually.
well, for sure, it's like
Yeah. No,
just
fuck, I'm
man.
trying to think of which
Big
one.
Fish.
Yeah, Big Fish.
has
That's
it for
the
sure.
classic one. That's the best
So
one.
when you have someone just telling a story and
Yep.
through shooting and editing and
Yep.
camera movements and maybe audio,
Yeah.
you become a viewer as a listener.
Yeah. That's
so
that's
difficult
true.
to
It's
do.
a podcast 3 times removed.
Exactly.
You know, with a visual aid.
It's
pretty much.
a ham radio.
Yeah, literally. It's literally, yeah.
Hey,
and people shaking sheets of aluminum off screen and telling you.
About like,
Yeah. Hello there, costume forthwith. That's it. But see, to me, what I think of generally one of my peeves, unless they do it well, a la Big Fish, I generally am irked. I am peeved. I am put off by
One more.
frame narrative.
repelled, perplexed, divorced from.
Married to and then divorced from, and have to live a life alone, sharing custody of other storytelling devices. You know, so
Give me an allegory any day. Give me an allegory. Give me a metaphor.
Anthropomorphism and Deus Ex Machina. You know, I have to decide between the two.
Minor, like
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
they're backwards. There's just similes. I just had similes.
You know
Deus Ex Machina.
what's a poetic device I enjoy?
What?
And I will leave it at that. Plos. Love plos.
What's a plos?
Plos is, I think, when they keep repeating a thing. And I stand line. And I that thing, you know.
Do you know what to call it when
Yeah.
an effeminate man does that?
What?
He's Nancy Pelosi. I should be shot.
You should
in
be
the back
fucking.
of the
You should be drawn and quartered. You should be taken to the town square and flogged until the skin off your back is torn off.
Shame.
So what I dislike
Okay.
about narrative devices, not narrative devices, about stories within stories, is the fact to me it's just like. It's cloying, you know? It's like, just cut to it. Just tell me the main story. Just get to the thing. I don't need to have an old man by a campfire talking to his, you know, sort of cross-eyed grandchild about, you know, this is what happened to me as a youth, and, you know, then it's a tall
Is that
tale.
what made you hate the Reverend? Because there was a scene where Tom Hardy tells a story about the
Oh,
squirrel.
yeah, no, the Reverend, I just don't like Inuritu. There's just something in me in the same way as it brought up.
Something in your urethra.
Something in Inuritu. Yeah. It's David Lynch, the immortal David Lynch quote. It's not my cup of tea. I like Terry. Tree of Life is not my cup of tea. And I feel that about Inuritu, where I look at him and objectively I'm like, this is great. You're doing everything right, and yet there is something in me on a molecular level that I'm just like, I can't jive. It's sort of just a no. But I generally feel
That's me
works.
with Lynch, even though like he and I might have like
been best friends in another life.
Exactly.
And
Also,
now-
I also like It's Stinky.
It's stinky.
It's stinky.
It's stinky.
Stinky.
That's Todd Haynes talking about 16 millimeter about shooting Carol.
Right. That's
Where
what
he
it
was
is.
just
No, I'm thinking Kale.
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 But yeah, it's stinky.
And where was the video of Lynch losing it because someone asked him like, "Do you want to cut now?" And he's like, "Why?
Why do we have to do it so quickly? Why can't we just be dreamy?
Let it go. Let it go long."
And then he's like, I'm sick of being. I like it when I'm seeing you get angry because it's so like literally like I imagine him just being sort of animated by what you call it, that what's that guy who did Betty Boop?
Yeah, after.
You know, like that. He's like so animated, and he's so fucking. And when he says "fuck," it's always shocking because he generally has a thing.
Say that word.
What? Yeah, say that word. Yeah,
Say
Blue
that word.
Velvet. He tells Dennis Hopper. I mean, the entire script is rife with expletives, and he's just like, "All right, now, Dennis, you're gonna slap her, and then you're gonna say this word." And he's like,
I swear to God, if Blue Velvet
it's the fuck word.
If Blue Velvet was a comedy,
Yeah.
it would have been my favorite.
It is a
would have
comedy.
been
And Lynch saw it as a comedy.
I know Lynch saw it as a comedy, but it's not supposed to be like
read his friends the Metamorphosis and then would get pissed off when they wouldn't laugh at the first line of Gregor Samsa opening up, waking up to find out that he's either a bug or vermin, an insect or whatever the translators land on.
That's me with my suicide jokes.
Yeah.
About like, what if I write a book about magic, put it next to my Foucault books, and then I die, and then people find it. Magic.
in a young
Shams.
girl's
المعارف.
heart. But I mean, Lynch on Blue Velvet was, especially during the scenes that were especially fucked up, was laughing hysterically.
As it should.
Yeah, he was literally
That's the
looking
only
at
scene
it.
that's the only part that makes me feel like, oh, okay, he's sane.
Yeah, no, he gets it. He knows what he's doing. You know, he's always talking about like, capture the big fish. Get it? Yeah, that's right. Get him, Frank. You know, but he knows what he's doing. He's literally, he's just great. He's great. Lynch is great, and in the words of Pauline Kael, the only popular surrealist ever produced.
That's
He's the only popular surrealist. The
That
only,
is true.
literally, you look at his Maya Deren. Maya Deren. No one talks about Maya Deren. She's a genius. Everyone talks about Lynch.
Nobody
you bring
talks
up
about
Dali.
Gondry. Nobody talks about Gondry. Everybody
one,
thinks.
yeah.
Do you remember that TikTok
Yeah.
about this guy that loses his mind because
Yes.
a Gen Zer discovered Eternal Sunshine? It's not a slept-on movie.
Literally the most. I remember when that movie was in the IMDb top 250, and like it was like it's literally everyone's calling card as an artiste. If you're an artist, you've watched that film, that became your personality. I always liked that film, but I came to despise it because of everyone around it, which is not fair to the film, of course. But I still have trouble watching it because I'm like, Kate Winslet, blue hair, teenage me, can't jive with it, oil and water, but yet Gondry, I acknowledge, is brilliant. And the only thing that works against him, I feel, not from me, but how from him being seen as a genius, is tweeness. He's twee. In the words of David Lynch, he's twee.
Also, toys in film, but actual toys, not even trying to do effects. Gondry.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
in Blue Velvet, you literally see string and.
Blue Velvet? You mean Mood Indigo?
Mood Indigo.
Mood
Oh my
Indigo,
god,
it's
this
good.
movie's going to
no.
fucking Gondry. It's in my pores at this point.
But which
Just putting stuffing Blue Velvet in my mouth.
which, by the way, towards the end,
Becomes noir.
Dude, when it goes to just black and white slowly over the course
What
of
the
half
bit?
an
And what
hour.
has we?
It's insane. It's one of those things that always, as someone who edits shit, you always think, wouldn't it be funny if I just slowly it's in the same way how there's this what was it? It was a movie that had like it changes aspect ratios
Oh,
very
very subtly.
minutely
Yeah.
throughout the entire film.
Yep.
So it starts like 2.35 and then ends like completely 16:9. And I always think of like, why don't people do that more often? Why don't they play with
Exactly,
the frame,
play
with the
with all of
narrative? And
it.
it's like, and I'm glad he did that because I'm like, this is crazy because this is color itself.
Just backdrop.
There's a movie by Xavier Dolan, and I haven't watched it, but it's called Mommy or something. But there's a scene where it's
Mommy's
like,
great, yeah.
it's like shot in one by one, and then there's a part where in like some montage where the main character sticks his finger and then he just goat sees it. He just tears it apart.
Mommy's fucking amazing. But also his, I recently watched this
What? I'm gonna guess Tom at the Farm.
on Tom on the Farm was
Yeah.
perplexing.
I didn't watch it. I don't watch any of his
And
films.
I didn't know. I've never heard French Canadian, so
Okay.
hearing someone in a very serious way go, der. sorry, that's just don't
Don't do that. That first one was just Twisted Transistor by Korn.
yeah, der.
Yeah.
Best, so Lawrence, anyways.
Okay. All right.
Lawrence, anyways.
Anyways. Wait. That's
Xavier Dolan.
yeah. That's the Xavier Dolan film. Yeah.
Best Gondry.
Yeah. Because Gondry
So it's
and
Science
you,
of
since I
Sleep.
met you, it's been like this inextricable link that you have found your cinematic soulmate in Michel
Hey,
Gondry.
yeah. It was just Science of Sleep. It was
yeah.
also Mood Indigo.
Yeah.
Because I relate to the main characters in personality and
Yeah.
in like, but not today, just my childhood and all the
Okay.
things that I
Interesting.
thought about.
That's so interesting.
Because I used to be like someone who's very crafty.
Yeah. You
and
still are, by the way. It's insane. You are the most resourceful person I've ever. I'm shocked. You come with a stationery store.
I
That's
do.
it.
And tools.
And tools, yeah, and
tools.
everything. And
Yeah.
dealings. I learned what a dealing was. And go on.
They're amazing.
Yeah, I didn't even know what
Dealings and like,
Yeah.
anything that hooks on another thing.
Yeah. Incredible.
Much like a U-Haul. Tis the brand.
There's the brand. Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was younger, I wasn't a very expressive person verbally, but I was very I was very content in being alone and having the things that I did by myself. But I thought I didn't dream.
You thought you didn't dream.
Do you know how you have a ridiculous dream or a
Yeah.
scary one, and then you wake up and you're like, this made me feel a certain way, and you're very serious
Yeah.
until you say it, and then you're like, oh shit, it was just a dream. It was really silly.
Yeah.
I never had the point where I say it because I just didn't. So I thought my dreams were memories most of the time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I mixed
All right,
mixed
that's
a lot of
interesting.
things.
When did you come to the realization growing
A
up?
bit
that-
older,
How old?
like 11, 12. Yeah, and I knew because I packed a bag to Bahrain because I had a dream that we were
that
going.
was your totem.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I packed it
Okay.
because I thought we were going.
Okay.
From a dream.
Oh, I thought it was like a thing that's something you did in real life, and then in the dream you didn't have it.
No, I put it by the door, and my mom was like, "Fuck, are you doing?" And I'm like, "Bahrain."
And did you have to then like sort of just like the sleep right after that one? Was it something that inherently felt like you still didn't know, and then you had to actively tell yourself? Did you have to
I never
unlearn?
really thought about it. It just took some time for
Yeah.
me to realize, okay, this is a dream. Like I just came up with the compartment where I file this,
Okay.
so it was very
Interesting.
new.
Interesting. That is
Yeah.
I actually did not know that about you.
Switch?
I-
I thought I told you, but okay.
No, you haven't. That explains the wellspring of creativity.
Yeah, it's just like they mix. It's just
That is-
they're all just in one big soup of consciousness, and lack thereof. Let's see.
That is so wow. Okay, that's
Yeah.
shit. That's the first time I'm hearing
And I always made things, and I used to actually make specifically like that was that one game that I made. I used to make a spaceship from our dining room table.
it. Okay.
So I would just like take the chairs
Yeah.
and fold like the legs inwards.
Okay.
So when you're inside under the table, the chair, the frame of the chair heading towards you, you can put things in it. That makes it look like a spaceship. That makes it look like a control.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
So I made one like for me and for my sister, and
Okay.
we'd like put
That
like
is-
just buttons.
that's just Gondry.
Yeah.
That's just Gondry.
Yeah.
That's
Also, I always thought cotton was clouds.
yeah.
You know.
Everything you've done looks like a prop for a miniature Gondry
Exactly,
film.
but I haven't done it professionally yet. It's only been
should.
personal. I've never showed a thing that I've done that I've
Yeah.
sewed, except for the Bloomingdale's window where I made the felt
Yeah, you
ice
told
caps.
me about that. Yeah.
Yeah, the
Yeah.
igloo. I made a felt igloo.
Yeah.
You know what's like really scary? I'm gonna show you.
Yes,
So
please do.
after I made the felt igloo,
Mm-hmm.
have you watched? So I Lost My Body is a French animation,
Mm-hmm.
and it's about a severed hand looking for the human. It's
Okay.
human, and you see the story from the beginning. You see the
Is
actual.
it a short?
No, it's a feature, but it's on Netflix, and you
Okay.
have to watch it.
Yeah.
And this is the guy, and his name is Nofel.
Okay.
He's Arab French.
All right.
Don't we
That-
look alike?
You. Oh my God. Huh.
Yeah. There's a point where he makes an igloo
Oh, that's so beautiful.
out of wood. And he looks like me making it, and I just made an igloo. And I was like, this isn't okay. That's just not fair.
That's okay.
But also it's
Wow, man.
it's kind of horrific also. Like,
Yeah, I like
there are
how
these
you're
scenes that
just the new Jungian archetype. That's
I am.
it fits.
I really am.
No,
But also
that's-
if someone looks at you and me,
yeah.
I mean, Third Reich neo-Nazi.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are very. It's very yeah.
Das ist falsch.
It is rather unfortunately neo-fascist. rather incidentally alt-right.
And every time I wear the new boots that I have,
Mm-mm.
like Ossi's like,
Yeah.
"Where's your Lederhosen?"
Where I've been told by people not to speak because if I didn't speak and I wore exactly what I wore, when I wear white, a tucked-in white shirt, blue Muji jeans. When I wear black, it's all black. That I could be generally a very threatening person, and among men, it's I guess that's kind of just a plus, you know. Like I've been told, just don't speak, and then people will be afraid of you. Like Caligula, let them hate so long as they fear.
Oh, with me it's the opposite. I have to say something
Yeah.
too. Like because
Why?
I whip
Deep-
people conceptually.
Okay. Abstract flagellation.
Bye guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
لما تسولفون احسكم اجانب